Can y'all hear me there at the jail?
Yes.
All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Judge Christy Ruppe, and you are all here this morning for first appearance. The purpose of this hearing is to determine whether there is probable cause for your arrest and determine what the bond should be. Probable cause just means that it's more likely or not that you committed the crime in which you've been charged with. At this point, as you appear before me today, you are still considered not guilty until that's changed by the state attorney's office or by you when you plea out to your case. In all likelihood, you were arrested and given a bond amount pursuant to the bond schedule for the 5th Judicial Circuit. I will determine whether to keep that bond the same, increase it, decrease it, or whether there are any other conditions of pretrial release which will be imposed upon you. I will determine also this morning whether you qualify for the public defender, whether you'd like to represent yourself, or whether you will be hiring a private attorney to represent you. You are also entitled to make a phone call. If you haven't done so yet, please let me know. I'll make sure that happens. If you have not been able to let friends, family, or relatives or colleagues know where you are, we need to allow you to make that phone call, okay? Finally, you have the right to remain silent, and I encourage you to do so. These hearings are recorded, and there is an assistant state attorney in this courtroom. Anything you say can be used against you at these hearings. So please don't talk about the facts of your case today. That is not what this hearing is for. At this time, I'd like everyone to raise your right hand so I can place you under oath. I need you to swear or affirm that the testimony you give to the court this morning will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Okay, go ahead and put your hands down. As I call your name, please come up to the podium. The first case I'm going to call is Jessica Chinchilli. How do you say your last name? Did I say it right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what's your date of birth?
6/24/88.
All right, you are here this morning for a Pasco County warrant for a petty theft for case number 2017 MM2003. There's a bond on that of $513. So if you can post the bond, you need to get down to Pasco County to find out what's going on with your case, okay? It looks like you failed to appear for a hearing over there. If you're unable to bond out, we're going to have Pasco County come get you within the next 5 days, okay? If they don't come get you and you don't bond out, they'll bring you back in front of me and we'll figure out what's going on. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Thank you.
Jerry Zawinski.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Jerry.
Hi.
You're here because you didn't come to court for me on June 13th when you were supposed to. You were going to work on getting your expired tag fixed, and that's why I just put a bond amount on here of $100. You can't bond out for $100?
I can, but they run my card and it doesn't go through.
Oh,
okay. They're not using my PIN number.
I gotcha. How do we feel about time served, State?
Feel really good about that, Your Honor.
Feel good about it. All right, I do too. All right, Mr. Winsky, you want to take care of your case today?
Yeah.
Okay. You understand by taking a plea on your case today that you're giving up your right to go to trial?
Yeah.
All right, you're giving up your right to confront witnesses against you, and you're giving up your right to have the state prove the case against you. You want to give up those rights and take care of this today?
Yeah.
All right. With regard to what's the actual charge, expired driver's license over 6 months, you want to plead no contest?
Yeah.
All right, I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily entered. I'm going to sentence you to time served in the Hernando County Jail. I'm going to sentence you to the 2 days that you have in, okay? You're going to have fines and court costs of about $500 for this case. So what you need to do, Mr. Winsky, is come down to the clerk's office when you get out, and you need to make a payment plan for that, okay? You don't have to pay it all today. You can go make a payment plan that works for you, okay?
Okay.
And I'm not going to charge the cost of incarceration.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, adjudicated, time served 2 days, but I'm not going to assess coin against her. Okay? All right, you're free to go, Mr. Winsky, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Charlene Anisette Mercado.
Yes.
Hi, Ms. Mercado. What's your date of birth?
7/22/93.
All right, you are here this morning for a domestic battery and a criminal mischief.
Yes.
I did find probable cause for the domestic battery. I did not find probable cause for the criminal mischief. I did not find probable cause for the criminal mischief because the property that is alleged to have been damaged, it appears to me you both lived in that house and the property belonged to both of you. So I don't see any law damaging your own property. But as far as the domestic battery, I did find probable cause. Do you want to represent yourself? Are you going to hire a private attorney, or do you want the public defender's office?
I'm a public defender.
Okay, I will provisionally appoint the public defender to represent you. State, does she have a prior record?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I don't have a history for her in front of me today.
Okay. All right, Ms. Mercado, how long have you lived in Hernando County?
For about 2 years.
Okay, where'd you live before that?
Marion County.
All right, you got a job these days?
No, I don't.
All right. When was the last time you worked?
About a month ago.
All right, you got any kids?
Yes, I do. I
How
have
old are they?
6, 3 and 2.
Okay, do they live with you?
2 of them do, yes.
Okay. All right. Do you have someplace else you can go until this case is resolved?
Yes.
All right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a bond on this case. Right now it's no bond pursuant to statute because it's the domestic battery. You don't get bond until you come to me in the morning. But I'm going to give you a bond, but as a condition of bond, I need to do 2 things. I need to hold you until 4 p.m. today in case the alleged victim in this case wants to file an injunction against you. And I also need to order no contact with the victim. Is the alleged victim a parent of one of your children?
No.
Okay. I'm going to order no contact with the victim in this case, okay? That means do not call, do not write, do not text, do not email. Any way that you can think of having contact with him, don't do it. If you see him out somewhere, turn around and go the other way. I'm going to hold you till 4 p.m. in case he wants to file an injunction against you. I'm going to give you a bond of $1,000. And we're going to see you back to court on August 9th at 9 a.m. I've appointed the public defender's office. If you bond out, you want to make sure to set up a time to meet with them to find out what's going to happen in court on August 9th, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Elizabeth Van Pelt. Ms. Van Pelt, what's your date of birth?
4/30/87.
All right, you are here this morning for a violation of probation. Judge Toner signed the warrant requesting no bond based on the facts and circumstances in that case. I reviewed it. I'm also going to hold you no bond on that case until you resolve your case. We're going to see you back to court on July 31st at 8:30 a.m. Did you have the public defender representing you on this case already?
No.
Okay. Did you have a private attorney?
No.
Do you want the public defender's office?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll provisionally appoint the public defender to represent you. Someone will come out and see you soon, okay?
Thank you.
Vanessa Albin. Hi, Miss Albin. What's your date of birth?
12/12/77.
All right, Miss Albin, you are here this morning for driving under the influence. I did find probable cause for that. Did you want to represent yourself? You want the public defender? Or are you going to hire somebody?
Public defender for right
I'll
now.
provisionally appoint the public defender to represent you. State.
Domestic violence, which was dropped, misdemeanor in Orlando in 2009. That's all I can confirm this morning, Your Honor.
She's also currently on probation for retail theft. She went on June the 14th, and we will be sending a warrant.
And that is a case in your court, Judge.
Okay. All right. Ms. Albin, apparently the probation is here in the courtroom with me. They're saying that you were on probation while you committed this offense, and there's going to be a warrant coming down for the violation of probation. I would expect that sometime within the next week. You're entitled to a bond on this DUI case, and let's see, the current bond is $500. I'm going to keep the bond at $500, but if you bond out, you might want to know that it might be a waste of money because you're going to be picked up again within the next week for the violation of probation. And that's going to be probably a no bond, so you're not going to get out on the violation of probation. Okay, so we'll set your bond at $500, and we'll see you back to court on this case on August 9th at 9 a.m., okay?
Okay.
Thomas Conless. And Mr. Conless, what's your date of birth?
9/1880.
All right, you were here this morning for a sale of methamphetamine. The current bond is $15,000. And possession of drug paraphernalia, the current bond is $1,000. I did find probable cause for both of those. Do you want to represent yourself? Are you going to hire somebody, or do you want the public defender's office?
Public defender.
I will provisionally appoint the public defender's office to represent you. State.
Your Honor, I must have shown a violation of probation warrant as well.
Yeah, got that too.
Still need his history?
Okay. All right, so Mr. Conless, how long have you lived in Hernando County?
Since 1985.
85, okay. You got a job these days?
Yeah, I'll do landscaping.
All right. Well, what I'm going to do on this case is you are entitled to a bond on this case. I'm going to keep your bond at $15,000 and $1,000. And we're going to see you back to court on that case on August 8th at 9 a.m. You also have another case here this morning for a violation of probation, signed by Judge Merritt. He's indicated that you had a positive urinalysis. You tested positive for drugs back in June. So he's issued a warrant for your arrest for that violation of probation. There is probable cause for that. I will provisionally appoint the public defender to represent you on that case. We're going to keep that at no bond at this time, and we're going to see you back August 8th at 9 a.m. on that case as well. Okay? Your public defender should be out to see you shortly.
All right.
James Humerick. Good morning, Mr. Humerick. What's your date of birth?
9688.
Okay, you are here this morning for a retail theft charge. The current bond is $1,000. The arrest is based on a warrant signed, it looks like, by Judge Scaglione on August 12, 2016. So there is probable cause for your arrest. Do you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody, or do you want the public defender's office?
Public defender's office.
I'll provisionally appoint the public defender to represent you. State.
And it looks like he's had his hands full as of late. March of this past year in Sumter County, petty theft. March last of this year, Pasco County. Looks like an FTA and a probation violation. Unsure of the underlying. June of 2016, Pasco County, shoplifting. Fraud, scheming to defraud. October 2015 out of Pasco County, a domestic violence case. You got a withhold on that. That's all I can confirm this morning, Your Honor. It looks like he has other stuff done.
All right. Mr. Humerick, you don't live in Hernando, right?
No.
Where do you live, Tampa?
Pasco.
Pasco County?
Yeah.
Okay, we have a mailing address for you here on 50th Street in Tampa. Is that not correct?
No, it's not.
Okay, what is your address then?
3331 Monticello Street, Holiday, Florida. 34690.
How long have you lived there?
Since February of this year.
Okay. Where'd you live before that?
On 50th Street in Tampa.
All right. You got a job these days?
No, I don't.
All right, well, based on your prior record, based on your lack of ties to Hernando County, I'm going to bump up your bond. I'm going to set your bond at $5,000. Based on your prior record, I mean, right now it's just a misdemeanor, right? Is it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so you may be looking, they might modify it as to a felony. I'm not sure at this point, but I'm finding probable cause for the misdemeanor. I'm going to set your bond at $5,000. We're going to see you back to court on August 9th at 9 a.m., okay?
All right.
You don't need to rush.
All right. Gilberto Marrero Matias. And Mr. Matias, what's your date of birth?
263.
All right, you are here this morning for a slew of charges. We're just going to take them one by one, okay? The first case I have here before me is a grand theft. I did find probable cause for that. Do you want to represent yourself? If you're going to hire somebody, or you want the public defender?
For a defendant.
All right. I'm going to appoint the public defender on all of your cases, okay? As we go through, the public defender will be provisionally appointed on all of these cases. The bond on that is currently $1,000. State?
Beginning in 2013, get an FTA. I'm not sure what the underlying. 2015, petty theft. 2015, shoplifting. 2016, grand theft. Both convictions. That's all I can confirm this morning.
Okay. All right. Mr. Matias, how long have you lived in Hernando County?
A year.
Okay. You got a job?
No.
All right. Okay, I'm going to keep your bond at $1,000. On this case, we're going to see you back to court on August 8th at 9 a.m. The next case I have is a dealing in stolen property. It's the date of offense is May 11th from Prestige Pawn. I did find probable cause for that. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you on that, and we'll keep the bond at $2,000. The next case I have is date of offense is May 17th from Prestige Pawn. The current bond is $2,000. I did find probable cause for that. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. I'm going to keep the bond amount at $2,000. We're going to see you back on all these cases on August 8th at 9 o'clock. The next case I have is the date of offense is May 16th from Prestige Pawn. It's for a TJ Maxx gift card. I did find probable cause for that. I'm going to keep the bond at $2,000. And we'll see you back to court on August 8th on that one. The next one I have, the date of offense is May 2nd, and that concerned a TJ Maxx gift card. I did find probable cause. I'm going to keep the bond at $2,000 on that case. And again, we'll see you back to court on August 8th. The public defender is provisionally appointed. The next case I have is a dealing in defrauding a pawnbroker. Date of offense is May 1st concerning a Bluetooth speaker. I did find probable cause. I'm going to keep the bond at $2,000. I'm going to see you back August 8th, and the PD is provisionally appointed. The next case I have is defrauding a pawnbroker. Date of offense May 2nd, concerning a perfume and a camcorder. I did find probable cause. I'm going to keep the bond at $2,000. I'm appointing the public defender's office, and we'll see you back August 8th. The next case I have is defrauding a pawnbroker. Date of offense is June 16th concerning tool batteries at 15:23 hours in the afternoon. The bond on that is $2,000. I'm going to keep that at $2,000. Found probable cause, appointing the public defender, and we'll see you back on August 8th. The next case I have concerns a date of offense of June 15th at 6:23 in the afternoon concerning tool batteries for defrauding a pawnbroker. I find probable cause. I'm going to keep the bond at $2,000, appointing the public defender, and we'll see you back on August 8th on that case. The next case I have is defrauding a pawnbroker concerning date of offense of June 12th, regarding a DeWalt tool battery. I did find probable cause. I'm appointing the public defender. Bond is $2,000, and we'll see you back August 8th. The next case I have is date of offense of June 12th concerning GBL headset and speakers. I do find probable cause for defrauding a pawnbroker. I'm keeping the bond at $2,000, appointing the public defender, and we'll see you back on August 8th. The next case I have is defrauding a pawnbroker, date of offense June 10th, concerning a Windsor 8T set and an 18-volt battery. I do find probable cause for defrauding a pawnbroker. I'm going to set your bond at $2,000 or keep your bond at $2,000. We'll see you back on August 8th. I've appointed the public defender. Finally, defrauding a pawnbroker, date of offense June 9th concerning a DeWalt battery. I did find probable cause. I'm going to keep the bond at $2,000, appoint the public defender, and we'll see you back on August 8th. Okay, so someone from the public defender's office will come out and see you soon, Mr. Matthias, okay?
All right.
All right. Joseph Palma. Mr. Palma, what's your date of birth?
6/19/93.
All right, you are here this morning for a petty theft. Is the warrant signed by Judge Eineman on July 13th. He's issued the bond at $1,000. There is probable cause for your arrest. Do you want to represent yourself? You want the public defender? Or you're going to hire somebody?
Public defender.
I'll provision appoint the public defender to represent you. State prior record?
Your Honor, I'm not showing the history this morning.
Okay. All right, Mr. Palma, how long have you lived in Hernando County?
My whole life.
All right, you got a job these days?
Yep.
What kind of work do you do?
I do landscaping. I work with my father doing construction.
Okay. All right, you got family in Hernando County?
Nope.
Where's your family?
Oh, my parents. Yeah, but I don't have my kids or anything.
They're in Hernando?
Yeah.
All right, gotcha. All right, I'm going to give you a bond of $500. I've appointed the public defender's office, and we'll see you back on August 9th, okay? August
Okay.
9th, 9 a.m.
Okay.
All right. Jonathan Scott Sauer McGow.
I do They don't get this. They can't.
Hi, Mr. Sawyer McGow. How do you say your last name?
Sour Miguel.
All right, I did it. All right, what's your date of birth?
August 4th, 1993.
All right, you are here this morning for driving under the influence. I did find probable cause for that. Do you want to represent yourself? Are you going to hire a private attorney? Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
I don't know.
Okay. All right, I'll put you in as self-represented at this time. If you want to change that at any time, just let us know. We'll provisionally appoint a public defender, okay? State deceiver prior record?
Your Honor, he has about 50 burglaries of a conveyance that were all resolved at the same time back in 2010 as a juvenile, 2014 as an adult, felony battery, which is a conviction here in Hernando, so he was a convicted felon. That's all I can confirm this morning.
Okay. All right. You live in Weeki Wachee?
Yep.
How long have you lived there?
50 of them, give or take.
Like a year or two, I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Are you still under the influence this morning?
No.
You feel like you understand what's going on here today?
Yep.
All right, because you seem like a little distant. You understand what you're here for today?
I don't know.
You don't know what you're here for?
No.
Do you remember being arrested last night? No?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. What time was he arrested?
2,300 hours, Judge.
What time is that?
11 o'clock.
All right. 11 o'clock. And it looks like, all right. All right, I'm going to keep your bond at $1,000. We're going to see you back on August 9th at 9 o'clock. Have I appointed? No, you're self-represented. Okay, so if you change your mind and you want to get the appointment of the public defender, you just need to get back in front of me and I'll appoint the public defender to represent you, okay? I just have a feeling that you don't completely understand what's going on today, so I'm hoping that, first of all, I hope the jail doesn't release you if you're still intoxicated and you're still under the influence of something. It appears to me this morning that you probably are. So we will take it up at your first appearance. Hopefully you'll be more understanding of your circumstances on that point, and that's August 9th at 9 a.m., okay? Melvin Stevenson. Hi, Mr. Stevenson. What's your date of birth?
2462, ma'am.
All right, you're here this morning for a domestic battery. Right now it's no bond based on the statute until you see me this morning. It's based on a warrant signed by Judge Merritt on July 5th. I did find probable cause for that. You were also here for a battery on a law enforcement officer and resisting an officer without violence. I did find probable cause for both of those as well. Do you want to represent yourself? Do you want the public defender? Or are you going to hire somebody?
I can't afford to hire nobody.
All right, then I will provisionally appoint the public defender to represent you, all right?
I just say one thing, ma'am.
As long as it's not about the facts of your case.
It's not about the fact.
Okay, go ahead.
I never came in contact. I the one got shot in the back. I was on my own property. I was trying to protect the officer from getting bit by the dog. And my fiance,
Okay.
the dog got.
All right. Okay. Mr. Stevenson, I understand that you probably have a lot that you want to explain and tell me. I get it. But this is not the time to discuss the facts of your case, okay? You need to talk to an attorney about that. And I've appointed the public defender, and they're going to get in touch with you as soon as possible, or you get in touch with them so they can figure out what's going on with your case, okay? And you can talk to them about it, and then they will talk to the state attorney, okay? But for these purposes this morning, I have to go with what's in front of me. And what's in front of me is probable cause for your arrest, okay? So I'm going to consider bond at this time. So all I need to hear from you is whether you have a job, how long have you lived in Hernando County, and you need to talk to me about your ties to the community. Do you want to say anything about that?
Yes, ma'am. I've been in Hernando County since 1972, ma'am.
Okay. All right. State secret fire record?
Yes, Your Honor. Beginning in 1980, here in Hernando County, assault, battery, both convictions, 1983, probation violation, 1986, grand theft conviction, 1986, grand theft conviction, and forgery. 1986, hit and run, which was dropped. 1986, a violation of probation regarding the grand theft and forgery. 1987, probation violation, again on the grand theft and forgery. Looks like an uttering in 1987, an FTA on the grand theft, and a violation of probation. 1988, VOP resulting in a conviction. He is a convicted felon. Looks like he's been to prison. 1989, burglary of a dwelling while armed, which was knocked down to a trespass of a structure. 1989, petty theft, conviction. 1990, armed burglary, conviction. Also a grand theft.
Okay.
Sentenced to 10 years prison.
15 years.
Possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, conviction. 1990, possession of cocaine with intent to sell, acquitted at trial.
I was in prison for that. I was in prison.
1990, dealing stolen property conviction, ×2, violated probation. 2006, procuring for prostitution, cocaine possession, and violation of probation. That's all I can confirm this morning, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Mr. Stevenson, I need to learn a little bit about you, and that's why I asked about your prior record. So what things that I need to consider when I'm issuing a bond is your ties, not only your ties to community, but whether the bond amount is going to secure your appearance in court for your next court date. So I have taken all of those things into consideration. I see you're raising your hand there, and if it's about the facts of your case, I don't want you to say it. Is there something else you'd like to say that is not about the facts of your case?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
Not about the fact. I got locked up February 28th of 90, ma'am. I did 15 years, 2 months, 9 days, and 36 minutes on a 15-year sentence. In 2006, I came home, and them charges that was charged with prostitute solicitation, that was dropped. It was murdered.
Okay.
I have all my rights back. I ain't get no more charges since I did 15 years in prison. And the mother charged after 9 and all that. I was in prison.
Okay.
I get out there. April 7th, 2004.
All right, Mr. Stevenson, we could be here, it looks like we could be here a long time talking about your prior record, and I really don't want to. What concerns me most is that you have prior failure to appears, and that's something I need to take into consideration this morning. I understand you did your time, and you feel like that should be used against you. I get it. But you have failed to appear to court on several occasions. And because of that, I am going to set your bond at $10,000 on the domestic battery. If you do bond out, I want you to have no contact with the victim in this case. I need you to be quiet so that you can hear what I'm saying, because what I'm saying is important. When I say no contact, I mean do not call, do not write, do not email, do not text, do not do anything on social media. If you see the victim out somewhere, please turn around and go the other way and do not have contact with that person. Do you know who the victim is in this case? Her name is Tammy Smith. Don't have contact with Tammy Smith, okay? I'm going to hold you until 4 p.m. today in case Ms. Smith wants to file an injunction against you, which would give even more reason for you not to have any contact with her. And that injunction may be even more specific as far as the amount of feet you need to stay away from her, her house, or her vehicle. With regard to the assault or battery on a law enforcement officer and resisting without violence, I did find probable cause for both of those. I'm going to provisionally appoint the public defender to represent you. I'm going to issue a bond of $5,000 on the battery on a law enforcement officer. With regard to the resisting without violence, I'm going to set that at $2,500. That's a total of $7,500 on that case. We're going to see you back to court on August 8th at 9 a.m. for the battery on law enforcement officer and resisting officer without violence. And we're going to see you back on August 9th at 9 a.m. with regard to the misdemeanor domestic battery. Someone from the public defender's office will come out and see you soon, okay?
Ma'am, I'm supposed to have this one charge. That's what they told me at the jail. Except domestic charge. I don't know how I got a battery charge on Leo, because I did not come in contact with no officer at no time until they told me to lay down. I'm the one who got shot. I
understand that you're disagreeing with the facts in the probable cause affidavit, but all I have to go on this morning is that probable cause affidavit. What you need to be telling these things to is your attorney. You now have an attorney representing you, and they are the person you need to talk to, okay? Joshua Tino. Hi, Mr. Tino. It looks like you got some things going on in Pasco County. I'm just trying to figure out whether it's one bond amount or two bond amounts. Looks like there's two different case numbers, and it's an FTA, and it's $1,513 each.
Good morning.
274. Yeah, one's a 2000. It looks like one's a 2015 case and one's a 2016 case. One is a DUI and one is a DUI with property damage. That's what it looks like to me. So the PC affidavit only has one count of failure to appear. I believe, based on the teletype I have here, it's two. So I don't know if I can. I'm gonna
I've got two separate.
Do you have two separate ones too?
I got two separate.
TC affidavits? Okay.
With different
All right.
case numbers.
So $1,513 each case. If you want to bond out, you can, but you have to make your way down to Pasco County and figure out what's going on, okay? If you don't bond out, we'll make sure Pasco County comes up and gets you within 5 days. If they don't come get you, they'll bring you back up in front of me and we'll figure out what's going on from there, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Did I get everyone at the jail?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, have a good day.